Hey guys, Tarke here, and I just thought I'd show off some random Veritania that I rolled. It has temp chains, which is a terrible modifier, and increased damage, so I thought, that sounds like a terrible map, let's run that. So the build's been coming along really nicely from a defensive standpoint. My damage is atrociously bad. I'm tanky enough that I can face tank most things through endgame. But my damage is so low, and I'm only on a 5 link, that it takes me a really long time. Or at least it feels like it takes a really long time. It's one thing I'm really struggling to gauge in this patch, is like how good or bad my build actually is, because you'll randomly just have Arch Nemesis mods making everything really, really tanky, and you're like, oh, my build sucks. And then you're like, hang on, this is just a tanky pack, and I've put Sentinel on it, so now it's like even tanky. Do you know what I mean? And then it doesn't really help trying to seek out other people's content, because if you like go and watch a random YouTube video, there seems to be like very little middle ground in builds. Ow. You either only see like Giga Chad, peak meta Zoomer, or you see absolute trash. So like right now you're watching absolute trash build, right? So it's hard for me to gauge like where I'm really at. But considering I'm an SSF, considering I'm on a 5 link, and considering the amount of things that I can just sort of stand in, I have to say I'm pretty happy with where the build is at currently. So, why is my damage, at least in my mind, underperforming? As I said on a 5 link, I haven't got even a +1 amulet. I do have damage mods on my amulet, but it's just 2%, like 20% increased damage rolls. And to reach this level of defense, I had to unspec out of a bunch of damage nodes, because they were the only nodes I could cut. So in my previous video, I was running Arctic armor. And, oh, this will be interesting. I hate this herald thingy. Is it this guy doing it? Yeah, it's this guy doing it. Alright, cool. So in the previous video, I was running Arctic armor on Petrified Blood. I was getting frustrated with being like a primarily evasion-based build, and then just running into content which made my evasion do nothing. So I was like, I want to hybridize my defenses more. I want to go split evasion, armor, and do a bunch of other things. So I spec'd out of some things. I feel like I should get rid of this shrine, because it's making my build look not terrible. Yeah, go on then. Let's commit to the temp chains gameplay. Gotta be ethical with your build showcases, man. None of this purposely rolling good sextants, getting nice shrines. Nah. None of that. None of that in my gameplay. So yeah, I had to unspec out of a whole bunch of damage nodes. So as a result of that, I feel like I'm just crawling. It also doesn't help that because I previously had more damage, and now I've unspec'd out of damage, it feels really bad to me, but it might not be the case, and it might just be this patch. I'm not sure. So please tell me how painfully slow this does or doesn't look. Let's see, what do I want here? Chilled ground does not that much. Uniques. Random element. 25 pen on conks? Nah, I'm good. Not sure I'm not on the conqueror. While I do have like pretty good face tanking capabilities, I completely fall over when it comes to damage over time. So dropping the Arctic armor on Petrified... Sorry, dropping the Arrogance Arctic armor for Arrogance Petrified Blood means that I had to swap my Pantheons around, so I can no longer get the damage over time protection from Arakali, and we're now running upgraded Brine King. I haven't got it fully upgraded, I haven't got the reduced chill effect, that would actually be really nice, and the protection against chain stunning, but it's giving me... No, I've got the protection from chain stunning, but I haven't got the reduced chill effect, sorry. It's giving me the freeze immune, that's fine, and I'm now running Arrogance Petrified Blood on my life, and then on my mana, Grace, Determination, Defiance Banner, and then Skitterbots linked to Unbound Ailments. I'm currently proccing my Bone Chill from my Siphoning Trap, which I mostly just throw down on bosses. Occasionally I will remember to throw it down while I'm mapping. And I have a not very good dagger, which is automating my Frostbomb and my Saturn Spark. So it's actually pretty comfortable. When I first started talking about this build, a lot of people were like, oh, it sounds like too many buttons. That sounds really awful, Tarke. Blah, 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 blah. Currently, I've got like 3 damage buttons. Ice Trap, which is like my main skill for both clear and single target. Siphoning Trap that I throw down where I want regen and a little bit of extra damage, so it's like a 2-in-1. Gives me regen, gives me damage, that's nice. And then Bear Trap on single target when I want to just, like, damage the thing. I have my guard skill on left click. I have a Vol Molten Shell that I press when I'm, like, face tanking essences or doing, like, a scary league mechanic or something. And then I Flame Dash around to Flame Dash around and also to, you know, proc my Arcane Surge. So it's pretty cozy. I actually have a bunch of open gems in my current setup. So because I'm on a 5-link, not a 6-link, that's one extra gem slot in my chest that I have access to. And then in my helmet, I have 2 gems that I'm not making the best use of. I could run, actually... Ooh, I took a little bit of damage then. I could run, actually, a Divine Blessing Hatred. And it's something I've messed around with, but I found it kind of irritating to upkeep, but it would give me damage, which would be good. I think probably the better thing for me to do... Ooh, Toxic Rain +1. That's really nice. Okay. I'm pretty sure with Recombobulating you can transfer Helm enchants. I don't know if I want to risk that. I think I would just, like... I mean, a Noble Tricorn isn't even that bad of a base. Second build. Wow, I've already got the problem is I've got the Omni. Am I doing Toxic Rain Omni? I guess I've got to play 3 builds now. Interesting. But yeah, we face tank the things. Very exciting gameplay. When I have more damage, it'll basically be the same thing, but the boss will be frozen. And then whenever you take damage, you press your Life Flask. It's very rare that I get outright one-shot because of the way that Petrified Blood works. So yeah, take some damage, press my button, I'm chilling. If you're wondering why I'm running Hallowed Life Loss over like Divine or Eternals or whatever, because I have such a low life total, I run Instant Recovery 1 on low life, and that's enough to fully heal me. And Hallowed Life Flask use 10 charges, while Divines use 15. So they're just more economical. Let's see how Veritania is. This is actually my first Veritania of the league. Prelay the traps. Drop my Siphoning, drop my Bear Trap. See, against her, my damage feels alright. I can't judge this patch. I'll probably just stand in there, actually. I've got so much mitigation. So, I've got 95% spell suppression with my Quartz Flask active. And then I've got Cap's spell block. Okay, dots we can't stand in. That was okay. That was okay. So yeah, with my Quartz Flask active, I've got 95% spell suppression. If I've blocked an attack recently, I have Cap's spell block. If I haven't blocked an attack, I've got 55% spell block. 42% attack block. If I've blocked a spell, it goes up to 62%. Pretty good. And then I've got Ghost Dance and Divine Shield as ES recovery memes. And then I've got a whole bunch of regen because I've got increased life regeneration in my build. I'm a Saboteur, so I get a bunch of free regen that way. I've got some recoup action going on one of my rings. I've only got 15% recoup currently. But my defense is like, this isn't even my final form. I could be tanking my way through the end game so much more effectively while still doing no damage. So I haven't got a... Ooh, nice. I haven't got a Tinker Skin. Tinker Skin would be great for getting more instant life. Well, getting some. I currently don't have any. Getting some instant life recovery and also getting some instant ES recovery. I'm slowly saving up emblems for a 5-way, and then I'm going to knock out a bunch of Vaal Legion emblems because I really need to get the Timeless Jewel. So the Timeless Jewel will give me a chunk. I think it's 20% of my life is extra ES, which is, in my build, I think it puts me up to just shy of like 2k Energy Shield. 50% of the damage is split between the two, which when if you have something like a Tinker Skin, also really powerful. Or if you haven't got the jewel, you can use the belt from Cirrus, the new Lighty belt. Ideally, you could even use both together, which again, it splits the damage you're taking between your life and your ES. And then everything just starts to work quite nicely together. So you've got the ghost dance, so you're evading hits, you're blocking hits, you're suppressing hits, you finally get hit. Boom. You heal a bunch of flat energy shield. But then you're like, but you run out of ghost shrouds, Tarke. Then what happens? You're standing in too many enemies. Then the divine shield starts doing the things. So then you're just standing like, I'm tanky. And then a percentage of all the physical damage you've prevented is then just constant ES regen. Then the idea is that you then use a Tink skin for then the instant boom, 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 boom. And then you just kind of like march your way through the map while freezing everything. Now, obviously, it's a pretty spread tree. You can see I'm pretty thinly spread across the entire skill tree there. So I've had to drop... I'm only level 92, mind. So if I had more levels, that would also help. But I've had to drop Saboteur, Elemental Focus, Blast Radius, and Amplify. That is a lot of damage and a lot of quality of life. My Radius, to me, feels really baby small. Like, baby, teeny radius. But, you know, it is what it is. Just a matter of play the game more, get more levels, and then we're kind of chilling. If I had better gear, I could afford to like move some points around, and obviously just getting better gear. So like if you look at my weapon, for example, cool spell damage roll, terrible flat lightning roll, good crit roll, but like that's it. I've stuck with it because it gives me a trigger for the automated Assassin's Mark, automated Frostbomb, linked to life taps. So I don't need to worry about any mana stuff. But I need better. I've been trying to recombobulate +1 daggers together, but I've just had no luck there. I've had really good luck with crafting like armor pieces, but zero luck when it comes to crafting plus level amulets or plus level weapons. It's just not happening for me. My amulet, yeah, double damage mods, nice, bunch of attributes, cool. But like would like plus levels, would like some multi, but oh well. We anointed Mystic Bulwark. I just need to hit a 6% spell block node to cap out my spell block. So that's the reason I took that there. This call, the Implicits, gives me some extra damage. I currently have 3 power charges. That is 26% damage. All right, I guess. Spell Suppression, give me a bunch of life, gives me some resistances. Gravy. My chest piece, this is actually pretty darn nice, if you ask me. The Implicits, nothing damage. I would like some damage, but like, yes, give me some max res, give me some evasion. All right, cool, I guess. 31% spell suppression, 123 flat life, 9% increased life, and then the mana I don't need. Yeah, it's pretty good, and it also gives me a bunch of decks, which I actually need. So, like, yeah, solid. Laurie's Lantern, incoming damage is unlucky while I'm on low life. I'm on low life. It's another reason why I can like face tank things, because like stuff's unlucky when it hits me. So I know when it finally does get through my evasion and my block and my spell suppression, if it's like a lightning roll, it will then like low roll. So unlucky means damage rolls twice and it picks the lowest one. So it's just solid. This is pretty good. It's a ring I made with recombobulators. So I had a ring which I put a essence in to get the multi. So I essenced the multi and it hit recoup, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. And then it hit like 4 life, and I'm like, that's less good. I'm not gonna throw it away. I'll wait and I'll combine it with another ring. So then a couple of maps later, I got another amethyst ring drop, and I'm like, yay, because I want amethyst rings for the chaos res. And it was unveiled, and I unveiled the endurance charge, and I'm like, ooh, this is pretty good. Let's just try smacking them together and see what happens. And this is what happened. Would have been nice to have hit life on there, so I could have crafted a damage prefix or something. But not complaining. Really solid. Hey. My gloves, nothing special. Would like them on a different base. But they've got tier 1 flat life regen. Very happy with that. Tier 3 spell suppression sucks. If I had 20% spell suppression, I would have cap, as I said. So it's really a shame that low rolled. But it has the tier 1 flat life regen, and then it had room crafted life. I've been unlucky with the implicits I've thrown into it. The implicits do nothing for me. I would like a cold exposure implicit on my gloves, and then I would maybe like drop the trigger weapon setup and gain more links, but like, oh well. And then my belt is nothing special. I throw an Essence of Zeal into the only Stygian vise I have because I turned off Abyss right away because screw Abyss is a mechanic. And it hit tier 4 life regen and tier 1 life, and I'm like, that'll do. And I crafted flat armor and evasion on there. Because I'm planning on using the Cirrus belt, if I can get my hands on one, I don't really want resistances on this slot. Like, I don't want to be in the situation where I'm saying, like, oh, hang on, I need to brick my entire build to equip this belt. So that's why I've stuck with this. Otherwise, I would have spent more currency trying to re-roll a better belt, with, like, some more meaningful mods on there, because, like, the ES is such a low roll, that's doing nothing for me. And the stun duration, obviously, is not doing much for me. The Jewel, it gives some flat fire damage to spells. I need flat fire damage spells somewhere to ignite enemies. If I didn't have that, I'd have to run Infernal Legion on my Skitterbots, which would be more mana reservation. Because I have this, I get to save mana reservation, which lets me run all my nice defensive auras. Yay. And then that's... Oh no, I didn't talk about my boots. I'm really happy with these boots. Very, very happy with these boots. So, as you saw from that map showcase, dots are really, really scary. Essence of Delirium gives cannot be poisoned. So I got 2 pairs of Dragon Scale boots. I Essence of Delirium until I hit cannot be poisoned, and then I hit tier 1 spell suppression, and I'm like, that's really good. And then it had no usable prefixes. So then I got another pair of boots, and I essenced movement speed onto them and life, and then I'm like, recombob them together. Unfortunately, I lost the life roll and I only got tier 2 movement speed, but I'm like, hey, it's cool. Like, I've got a movement speed, spell suppression, cannot be poisoned, with some resistances. Like, let's go. And then I happened to hit a actually really strong implicit, with the while a unique is in your presence, 11% increased life regen, which is great because that scales all my Saboteur regen and it scales my recoup. Really, really solid. Considering this is like SSF, this is my first time ever doing a Petrified Blood build, I'm actually really happy with how this character's come along. I do wish I did more damage, but, you know, it's SSF, it's day, what, 4 of the league or something? So I really can't be, like, picky about it. And it's comfortably done everything I've thrown the character at so far, so just got to keep grinding, get more levels. Once I get more levels, actually get to put some points back into damage nodes. That would feel so good. And then, like, get a 6 link will be massive for my DPS. Getting a 6 link will feel so amazing. Get a proper weapon going. Get a proper ammi going. And the fact there's, like... The fact the build feels as good as it does defensively, and it's missing all the stuff which makes it feel really special, like the Timeless Jewel, the Tinker Skin, the belt that I was talking about. I'm really looking forward to, like, taking this character to the next level. But, let me know what you think of the build. Let me know if you have any suggestions for me. And I will leave a link to my path of building down below if you have any questions or anything like that. And, what bandits, Tarke? I went skill points. Ice Trap, Cold Pen, Swift Assembly, Crit Strikes, Life Tap. Charge Traps is my 6 link. Skitterbots, Unbound Ailments, Grace. Floating Course Carrier that I'm leveling, which I guess will be a Toxic Rain now. Flame Dash, Arcane Surge, Molten Shell, Defiance Banner, Determination, Arrogance, Petrified Blood, Bear Trap, Siphoning Trap, Bone Chill, Advanced Traps, Frostbomb, Life Tap, and Sustenbuck. I'm Tarke. Have a good day. Let me know if you've got any suggestions for me, by the way, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.